So Six Flags has recently decided to lay a bomb on us and decide that, hey, we're gonna stick a tallest, fastest, longest roller coaster, one of the most extreme roller coasters in the world, in the middle of nowhere. Of course. It's so far away from me that I'm probably never gonna ride it. But let's just be realistic here, and I'm not trying to be negative about this, but this is never gonna happen. I mean, this thing is over 500 feet tall. Okay, it's 156 miles an hour, 250 kilometers. Okay, and it's the longest coaster in the world. So let's just get into the thoughts. I think that this thing is amazing, and I think that something like this would be probably one hell of a ride. But let's just be realistic here. I'm pretty sure that something like this would never happen. I mean, Skyplex Orlando got canceled in a few months, and I'm sure this will get canceled in a week. Let's just go into some thought about this roller coaster. All right. Imagine the cost of something like this, okay? The most expensive in the world is it's like 350 million. And that's for a roller coaster, okay? And that's for something, and usually most of that's probably all the theming. I'm sure the ride was probably like 30 million. But then when you add in the entire castle and land that Hagrid's had, just think about it. So now you're going to probably quintuple the length of Steel Dragon 2000 and add a little bit more mile an hour out of it and add another 50 feet to the tallest in the world. Just think about this. I just want everyone to think about this ride. Something like this is so unrealistic that I doubt it will ever happen. And besides the forces, I'm sure the train cannot take this. I mean, King Dakar's train, I'm sure, barely even takes this. They refresh those, I think, once a year. Every single year, they refresh those trains and get new ones. But think about this, all right? Think about this. Those stupid trains would have to be replaced, daily. Okay? If they did something maybe, electrical, where some futuristic crap where the train, hovers above the track instead of rolling. But, that's not going to happen. I mean, seriously. But I think that this is amazing. But I'm sure something like this will never happen. And I think that right now, King Dakar is already difficult to beat since of the height. But I just want to, bring to the thought of this. I mean, the forces on the trains, the wheels, I'm pretty sure they can't take what this would do. I mean, just think about it. Look at the layout that they're showing you. It's turning, okay? It's turning. Not even banked at 150 miles an hour. This is the thing. So, personally, I don't think something like this is even possible to get built. And I don't think Six Flags has enough money to build it anyway, because Six Flags cheaps out on a lot of things they build. Think about it. Max Force, that was pretty cheap buyout. Twisted Cyclone, man, that was a... that was, what was that, probably $5 million to build? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but when you're building a roller coaster, maybe go a little bit more out than, 2,000 feet of track. Just saying. But anyways, this thing, it looks incredible, and I think that if this does get built, then good for them. But if you ask me how I feel about this, I'm sure that this will never happen. And this is one of the most unrealistic roller coasters I've ever built. This thing looks like what I built when I was 6 in RCT3. I used to build stuff like this, and the old roller coaster games, I used to build 500-foot tall roller coasters. But personally, I don't think this is ever going to happen. And I think that it's too extreme for the forces of, even people and the trains. And just, if you just look at it, it just looks like it's straight out of RCT3. And I don't think it'll ever happen. So personally, I don't think something like this will ever happen. I'm sure that the record will be beat for the tallest coaster in the world in the future. But I think Six Flags kind of overdid it here, and if they maybe went a little bit less extreme, maybe did something the exact same layout as King Dakar, just taller, that would make more sense. But what they've done here is just so unrealistic that I don't think it'll ever happen. I mean, just look at the airtime hills that you go over at 150 miles an hour. It's backbreaking airtime hills on El Toro at 70, and you're talking about going over an airtime hill at 150. So just think about it, if you just take this into thought and you just say maybe this is just a tad unrealistic. Look at the gauge, 250 kilometers an hour. It's just so unrealistic. So I'm just gonna wrap this up. Personally, I don't think this will ever happen. I think the same thing is going to happen to this as what happened to Skyplex Orlando, and I'm sure that this will never get built ever. And yeah, so I'm going to end this review. I'll catch you guys later, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. Let me know what you guys actually think about this. Do you think this will happen, or do you think that this is something straight out of RCT3? But you guys let me know. I think this is unrealistic and it won't happen. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.